Welcome back, everybody. So I'm going to be picking up right where I left last week. I got my brand new throwout bearing, just came in the mail. I checked it on the transmission and it fits perfectly on the collar. Why my blue tag has this similar collar as a black tag, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was rebuilt at some point. I don't know if it was like an early production blue tag that had some leftover parts from the black tag on it. Either way, it'll work, it'll do the trick. So now I gotta get ahead and take the bell housing, the slave cylinder, and take the whole clutch assembly back off the car, put this on the pressure plate, and then go back with it, and then we can put the trans in. So I'm just gonna jump right in and start tearing that stuff out. Getting ready to put the throwout bearing in here. This is a center force throwout bearing. I just wanted to share with you the part numbers if you're ever looking for one. So black tag N1400 and the blue tag one is N1401. So I'm gonna put this in now. Same as before, from back behind here. Line up the tabs. And then put our clip in. Okay, so I got everything buttoned up, so I'm pretty much right where I was, but at least now the trans will actually go in. All right, so I didn't hit record when I was putting the trans up inside the car there, so I'm just gonna kind of describe some of the process of doing that. So pretty much me and my friend, we had the trans, we slid it onto a jack, and then we slowly jacked it up and we tilted the input shaft up and the back of the trans down, mainly because the shifter is going to actually hit the tunnel of the floor. So as we were slowly going up and getting the input shaft inside of the bell housing there, once it was inside, we could slide it forward enough, then jack it up, and the shifter would go inside the opening in the tunnel. So once that was in there, we slid it in and started a couple bolts. So now I'm going to go underneath, Loctite, and torque the transmission to bell housing bolts down. All right, now I'm gonna torque these down. The torque spec for the ZF to the bell housing is 37 foot-pounds. All right, now that I get trans in, I'm going to throw one of these dust shields up to cover where the flywheel is. So I have my original one here out of the tune port, and then this is the LT1 one, which I'm going to use, but I have to modify that hole there for the starter. So kind of make it a little bit bigger like that. I just checked for clearance with this on the car, so I have an idea where I'm gonna notch out, so I'm gonna work on that right now. So where the starter kind of falls with this one is kind of like up in the corner here. So I'm gonna pretty much just kind of cut open this area like that. So I'm gonna kind of use this as like a little bit of a template there, like that. All right, so I'm gonna start out with that shape there. I'm gonna cut this out, and then I'll go sit this back up in the car, hold the starter up, and then just make sure there's enough clearance in there. All right, so I got that open, I got it all cleaned up, so I'm gonna go hang it on the car. So I have it just kind of sitting up in here. You can see right there, there's plenty of clearance now for the starter to go in there. So now I'm gonna just run these bolts down. Once I got it all bolted in there, like that. So I'm just gonna wait before I hang the starter up so I can get my headers in first. All right, so that's a wrap for today's video. So the hard part is done. Transmission's in the car. So there's just a few things left to get that all buttoned up underneath the car, and then I can put everything back together. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.